Hey guys, it's Jules, and today we're going to be discussing some very surprising and beneficial uses to a popular common product that you might already have lying around your house, which is Vicks Vapor Rub. So I grew up with a canister of Vicks always in the medicine cabinet because when I had a cough or cold, my mom would put it on my chest and on my throat, and then I'd go to bed and wake up and I'd feel better. So that was the only known use that I was aware of for Vicks. But I came upon well, I'll get into how I found out about this in a minute. First, let me just tell you what is in Vicks Vapor Rub that makes it effective. There are three main ingredients in Vicks, which are eucalyptus, camphor, and menthol. And all three of those have very strong antiseptic and anti-inflammatory properties, which is why they work as, first of all, a cough suppressant and then an expectorant, which is basically they, help take down the inflammation in your chest so that you can clear up the mucus that's in there and cough it up when you're sick. So this is how I found out about all the other amazing ways that you can use Vicks Vapor Rub. Last week, I started to get this really bad breakout of cystic acne. If you guys don't know what that is, basically cystic acne, it's acne that is underneath your skin. It doesn't come out and come to a head so you can't pop it. You just sort of get this like elevated bump and it feels really deep and it's so painful. Like it just hurts, like to touch it like that, just it kills. And the problem is that they take a super long time to go away, like weeks to go away. I didn't start getting these types of breakouts until I was in my mid to late 20s. I never had any skin problems before. And at first I thought it was hormonal because it would happen sort of around that time of the month. But this past week, it was not that time of the month and it was happening anyway. So I was like, oh my God, I don't even know what to do. I called my dermatologist. We made an appointment, but he can't see me till next week. So I have to wait. And I thought, I can't wait that long. I need a solution. I looked online and one of the first things that popped up was an article about a young woman who used Vicks Vapor Rub on her cystic acne and said that she would put it on overnight on the spots where she needed it, and then the next morning they would like be gone. So I figured, what the heck, I'll give it a try. I did it. I put Vicks wherever I needed it, and the next morning I woke up, the redness was almost gone. They were like half the size, and I thought, no way, like this is amazing. So I did it again the next night, and now they're literally almost completely gone. This is something that would otherwise take like a week to 2 weeks to go away. So I thought, this is really cool, this really works. So I guess I should, start by saying now that I'm not a dermatologist, I'm not a doctor. I'm telling you something that worked for me. So if you have really sensitive skin, be careful about putting anything on it. What I actually started to do was take a very small layer of this and put it over my whole face at night, and I find that my skin is looking better and better if I use it sort of like a lotion. But if you know your skin, if your skin is sensitive, don't do that. Also keep it far away from your eyes because this can aggravate your eyes. It's menthol. But for me, that worked really well. So now let's get into some of the other cool uses for Vicks Vapor Rub. First off is migraine headaches. If you are a person who experiences bad headaches or migraine headaches, maybe you're somebody who doesn't always want to take medication. Like I know I try not to take anything, even Advil, unless I'm really in a lot of pain. So there have been studies that prove that if you take some Vicks, put it on your finger. Again, if you're putting it on your finger, be very careful to wash your hands. Don't let it get in your mouth ever or in your eyes. And you take it and you put it on the areas where you have your headache and you sort of massage it in, and that should help your headache go away. So we know that Vicks will help if you put it on your chest when you're sick, if you have a cough. But another place that you can put Vicks when you have a cough, which you might not have ever thought, is your feet. So you can take Vicks, rub it all over your feet at night, put socks on, go to sleep, and in the morning that should help your cough go away. Okay, so the next one is a big one. I did a ton of research on this and I saw so many reviews all saying the same thing that I thought there has to be some validity to this. I started trying it today. Stretch marks. believe it or not. Supposedly, Vicks Vapor Rub is like a magic eraser of stretch marks. I guess the anti-inflammatory properties of the eucalyptus, I still don't know scientifically how that is true, but there were actually women saying that within a week their stretch marks were 60 to 100% gone. So if you're one of those people that don't have hundreds of dollars to spend on expensive stretch mark medication, this might be worth a shot. Also, sort of in that same area is loose skin. There were a few women who said that after pregnancy they would rub Vicks Vapor Rub on their tummies where they had loose skin from having their babies, and they would wrap themselves, sort of tightly in an ace bandage, and they would go to sleep, and again, very quickly, like within a week or so, their loose skin would start to tighten up. The next use for Vicks Vapor Rub is toenail fungus. If you find that you have fungus on your toenails, what you do is you take some Vicks, you rub it onto the toe, onto the nail bed and all over the toenail, and what will start to happen is that it will kill the fungus and it will start to turn dark, black. The black part will grow out and the fungus will not continue to spread, and then whatever the new growth is will be a healthy fungus-free toenail. Now, I've never had toenail fungus, knock on wood, but I do have some friends that have, and I saw it, and it is not pretty and it is not easy to get rid of. So this might be something to keep in mind if you're somebody who suffers from that. Apparently, Vicks Vapor Rub can also help you with your pet problems. If you have a cat who scratches, if you take Vicks Vapor Rub and you put it onto the areas, if there's a certain designated spot where your cat scratches, like a wall or a door, you can rub some Vicks Vapor Rub on there and it keeps the cat away. This also goes for yourself. If your cat scratches you all the time, you can put some Vicks on, your arms or wherever, and it will help deter the cat from scratching you, and eventually they will learn not to do that. If you have dogs and puppies like I do, and you know that sometimes they are prone, especially when they're little, to using the potty in the house, what you can do instead of using like a wee pad, which really only tells them that they can still pee in the house just in that spot, which, I mean, maybe if you have a little dog, that's okay, but I have big dogs, so that wouldn't work for me. So the way that you can teach them to not pee in those areas of the house is by putting a little bit of Vicks on the floor or around the area where they go, and that will help teach them not to go there. Pretty cool. Because Vicks is antiseptic and anti-inflammatory, if you have a little cut or a little splinter or a mosquito bite, put some Vicks on there and it'll help to soothe and relieve it. So if you're like me and you're a little bit scared of bug spray because it has DEET and it can cause cancer, and no matter how much you seem to hold your breath, you always take a lungful of bug spray and it's really unpleasant, you can put this on your skin when you're about to be in a buggy area, and it will work as a repellent for bugs, gnats, mosquitoes, and as well as ticks. If a tick bites you, put some Vicks on them immediately and it'll help to loosen them off of your skin. So if you're like me and you're really clumsy and you bruise super easily and you always have bruises on your legs like you're 10 years old, you can use Vicks, mix it with some salt, apply a thin layer to your bruise, and it'll help the breakdown of the blood so that the bruise disappears more quickly. So here's one that I thought was kind of cute. I'm an actress and I read this and I thought, oh, that's kind of clever. If you need to cry on cue, you just put a little bit of Vicks under your eyes, dab it under your eyes. Don't put it in your eyes or too close to your eyes. Do not do that. It will burn bad. But just dab a little under your eyes and the menthol will make your eyes water so you can cry on cue. If you're somebody who suffers from eczema, which I'm not, but I have friends who do suffer from eczema and they are always itchy and in pain and embarrassed by how it looks, Vicks Vapor Rub will help the look and the discomfort of your eczema. Also, if you have rosacea, which actually I went to the dermatologist last year, and he said that I have a mild form of rosacea, which I never ever would have imagined, but he said because I have loss of pigmentation around the tops of my eyebrows, that it was like a sign of some kind of rosacea. I was shocked, but he gave me some kind of like shampoo for my skin to use on it, but that's super expensive. So apparently Vicks helps with rosacea as well, and I'm going to be continuing to use this in my regimen to help with that. Well, I hope you guys found this video informative and helpful. If you have any questions, comment below, and also please comment if you know of any other uses for Vicks Vapor Rub, which I did not list here. It's a pretty cool thing to know about, don't you think? Alright guys, take care. I'll see you next time. Bye!